Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Boah Zone. This segment is brought to you by Let's Talk Sports blog. You can visit this blog at letstalksports54.wordpress.com. The sports world is filled with exciting events right about now. Let's begin with the MLB. Around 40 games into the season, the Washington Nationals look like the favorite to go very far into the playoffs and possibly win a championship. It is still very early in the season to jump to any conclusions, but with the hot bats of Ryan Zimmerman and Bryce Harper and the superb pitching of Gio Gonzalez, Steven Strasburg, and Max Scherzer, it is hard to see the Nationals really slowing down. My extremely premature prediction for the World Series title was the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox have not been able to elevate themselves from the rest of the teams looking up to the Houston Astros in the American League. I still think that Boston will play some really good baseball this year, but most of it depends on the hitting of Mookie Betts. If he can consistently play well, everyone around him improves. The next topic is hockey. The NHL playoffs are in full swing. The defending Stanley Cup champions, the Pittsburgh Penguins, are playing the Ottawa Senators in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Penguins had to beat the Washington Capitals in order to get to the conference finals in an epic series that went to 7 games. Sidney Crosby is leading the Pens, but he did take a very hard hit in the prior series against the Capitals. This has been a worry for many. In addition to Crosby, Phil Kessel, and Evgeny Malkin, there is Marc-Andre Fleury, who has been solid in net. He has slowed down this series, but has potential to heat up again. His inconsistency against Ottawa likely is the main reason why, in their win on Friday, the Penguins had Matt Murray in net, who also is very talented. Last season, he was an important piece in the Stanley Cup win. The Senators faced the New York Rangers prior to the Penguins. Bobby Ryan has played well, along with Kyle Turris for the Senators. Currently, the Penguins-Senators series is all tied up at 2 games apiece. In the Western Conference Finals, the Nashville Predators are facing the Anaheim Ducks. PK Subban of the Nashville Predators has played well in the series. He is formerly a defender for the Montreal Canadiens and a James Norris Memorial Trophy winner. He was traded in a surprising deal in which the 2-star defensemen Subban and Shea Weber were swapped. Philip Forsberg and James Neal have also played well for Nashville this series. For the Ducks, captain Ryan Getzlaf leads the team with help from Corey Perry. This series is also tied 2-2. In the NBA playoffs, the Golden State Warriors are battling the San Antonio Spurs for the Western Conference Finals, which will award the team who wins the series a ticket to the NBA Finals. The Warriors have a commanding 2-0 lead over the Spurs. Stephen Curry has been electric so far this series, dropping 40 points in Game 1. It is clear that Kevin Durant has lifted some of the worries from Curry's shoulders. The most controversial part so far has been Zaza Pachulia injuring Kawhi Leonard, creating an overpowering momentum for the Warriors. Many people have different beliefs on whether or not Zaza purposely had Kawhi land on top of his foot. Some even think it was a total accident. Currently, Leonard is questionable for Game 3 after missing Game 2. To really put this into perspective, I have to explain a little bit more. Leonard is the backbone of this aging Spurs team. San Antonio had a large lead over the Warriors prior to the injury in Game 1, but after Kawhi went down, Curry and Golden State led a comeback that erased a 25-point margin. Even if Leonard participates in Game 3 or 4, it is hard to believe that he will be close to 100% ready physically. The Cleveland Cavaliers are playing the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Cavs have a 2-0 lead, crushing Boston fans' dreams so far. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Love have all played well so far this series. Isaiah Thomas, the Celtics' mighty little man, had to sit out a large portion of Game 2 because of a hip injury. The Cavs ended up winning Game 2 by a crazy score of 130-86. Cleveland just continued to pound on Boston the whole game. LeBron played very well on both sides of the ball, including defense. I don't know if any team in the NBA can stop LeBron. If Thomas can't play in Game 3, then it should be a cakewalk for the Cavs. Boston fans do have one thing to cheer about, though, because on Tuesday, May 16th, the Celtics won the first overall pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, courtesy of the draft lottery. It is hard to believe how a team in the Eastern Conference Finals controls the power to select the future of the NBA. Currently, the Celtics are full of talent, and if you add potential first overall pick Markelle Fultz into the equation, this team will be very successful. The reason why they have the first pick, even though they have made a far playoff run, is the Brooklyn Nets. Back when they pieced together a very hyped team with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce, they had to send a first-round pick to Boston. The Nets had no notable success with this team that was formed in 2013. They traded their future for two aging legends. The 16-17 season was brutal for Brooklyn, which is why the Celtics had the best odds for the pick. The second pick belongs to the Los Angeles Lakers, who are yet to exit their long rebuilding phase since Kobe Bryant's game started to decline. They likely will either draft Lonzo Ball or trade the pick. I think keeping the pick is the best option, because even with a guy like Paul George, for example, this team still wouldn't be amazing. A guy like Ball for the future would suit this team well. Thank you for listening.